But then again, it's someone's opinion. They could be right. They could be wrong. You get the point? So you are the one to see.
Welcome to Outrageously Sharon, where we talk about life, motherhood, my experiences, and a whole lot of positive vibes. Yes, yes, yes. And please don't forget to subscribe. Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're fabulous, and hope you're staying safe. Yo, Corona wave 3 is giving us a run for our peace, and I don't know what's happening, but Lord Jesus, please, I am begging you, just take this away, because where it has gotten to, he's the only one who can take it away. I don't even think this vaccine is going to take it away, but if you're for the vaccine, please go ahead and do so. Meanwhile, pump yourself. Hey, pump yourself up on vitamin C supplements and zinc supplements, guys. Those work. Okay. First of all, if you're a new subscriber here, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon, and I got a special guest here today.
Hi.
Yes, so she'll tell you her name briefly and yeah, a little bit about herself. So first of all, if you're a returning subscriber, I live for you people. Like, you guys are the realest. Mad love. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you're catching up on this episode, please remember to give me a shout out on Instagram as you catch up. I love that. Okay, so jumping into today's topic, which you've already seen the topic of this video, we are going to be talking matters self-sabotage. I posted this question on my Instagram, and I wasn't in a position to talk about it because I didn't have the professionalism to do so. That is why we have somebody here to do so. And without further ado, let's get to know her. So tell our audience your name and everything they need to know about you.
Thank you for having me. I'm grateful. I'm honored. Yes.
The pleasure is all mine. Believe me, yo, couldn't be more excited.
My name is Anne Jocelyn Bolo. A mother, a wife. I'm a mother of 4. A wife, a life coach. A life coach, a counseling therapist, a podcaster.
Yes.
An entrepreneur. Yeah, I have so many hats. Like, I can keep on removing
and putting down that. I love that energy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
We've now known Anne. We've had all those things, women. We have people who are going to inspire us here, you know? So welcome to my channel, Anne. Thank you so much for honoring this invitation. It means a lot. It really means a lot. How's your podcast going?
I could not say no.
Yo, tell people about your podcast and where they can find that. How did you forget?
I'll give you the link so that you can. Let me use your
description box. Okay, we will find that on the description box, honey.
Yeah.
So let us jump right into this topic. And just to start out, there's someone who asked me a question. What's the difference between a therapist and a counselor? Is there a difference?
Not really.
Yeah, I feel like therapist is
the same thing. It's
the name
now,
these days.
Yeah.
So
to make you feel comfortable, like you're going for therapy sessions, but a counselor, therapist, it's the same.
It's one and the same thing.
The only difference we would ask is maybe a counseling therapist and a guidance counselor. Those are 2 different things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, guiding and counseling and psychological counseling, those are 2 different things.
All
but
right.
therapy and it's the same thing.
Okay, someone asked me, before we get into self-sabotaging, I feel like this question will not capture the self-sabotage thing, but they asked a question, yeah? So they asked, how do they stop forgiving when they know very well it can't work out, and how do they stop trying? I think they're in a relationship or something, and they just can't stop seeing this person. Forgiving, they keep forgiving this person.
When it happens like that, it depends.
Okay.
How long have you been in this relationship?
Okay.
What is it that you're forgiving? Yeah?
Good question.
There are some things that you're not even supposed... You forgive, yes, but don't stay in the relationship.
Yeah.
Because you're not helping yourself.
Yeah.
and you're not doing justice to yourself.
Yeah.
There's some things you forgive, but there's some things you say, you know what, I forgive you, I've loved you enough, but I love myself more to continue being in this
toxic environment.
Because when you keep on going back into something, then you also have some underlying issues that needs to be addressed, because it's like you're hanging on to something in this person. Yeah, there's something about this person that you keep on holding on to that does not really help you in growth emotionally or
attachment
even as a
issues.
person. Yes.
Oof.
Yeah.
That was me na Jambianga. Like, respect yourself.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's the quote I'm using every other day in my life right now. Like, I understand that struggle because I've been there.
Yeah.
But you honestly have to start looking at it from a point of, what am I gaining from this person, honestly? Like, and if it's nothing, and it's just headache and crying and forgiving, there's better in this life. So let's jump to the topic of self-sabotaging.
Okay.
What is self-sabotaging behavior?
Wow. When you told me we were going to talk about that, I was like, why? I've been there. Yeah, I've had issues. I've had episodes. I have phases and seasons of that. Yeah. And I wouldn't say I'm out of it 100%.
Okay.
But I'm in the journey of getting out of that phase of self-destruction. Because for simpler word, someone who's not very sure what you're talking about, it's the same as self-destruction.
Yeah.
And this behavior is where a person, it's affecting your self-esteem and
worth,
self-esteem. It interferes with the decisions you make.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
You might say, I have goals. I want by the end of June, I want to have lost some kilos. But then you sit down and you're like, but I love biscuits. I love chips. I love all these things. So self-destruction or self-sabotage is you coming in between you and your goal. You know, those things are coming between you and your goal. So you're like, I don't think I can even do it. I don't even have the guts to go to the gym. I don't think I have wisdom enough to do what I want to do.
It's coming up with a destructive reason.
Reasons that are not
do what you're supposed to do.
Yes. So most of the time, self-sabotage are things and thoughts and patterns and behaviors that are standing between you and your goals.
My success.
Yes.
Lord Jesus. If that ain't me, I don't know who this would be. Another question I'd love to ask, is self-sabotaging a disorder? Can it be defined as a borderline personality disorder?
I won't say it's like a disorder by itself.
Yes.
But it's coming under borderline disorder.
Yes.
Because it's a reaction that comes with a borderline disorder.
Okay.
So one of the key things with a borderline personality disorder is self-sabotage. Yes. So that's why you feel most of the time,
I need therapy.
Like, why do I keep on doing this?
I know.
Why am I doing this? You know, keep on asking your question that you ask yourself that question.
Yeah.
But still,
you keep going back to the toxic behavior. Like, you just keep creeping into that self-doubt space.
It's like an addiction at some point.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And it's a comfort zone because I suffer from it. I will always constantly, like, I'd want to go, like, dive into so many things I want to do, like, you know, just swim in. Because I know I got it. Like, by the way, I believe in myself. But this demon called self-sabotage is just here dancing in my head. And
let me tell you something. Self-sabotage is like, let me use a very simple analogy.
Yeah.
It's like a human being. It's like another self of you that is trying to protect you from pain, from fear.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So you keep on telling yourself, I cannot do this.
Yeah.
And that person tells you, by the way, you can't.
Yeah.
You remember the other time you tried something else and it didn't work out? And you're like, yeah, but they didn't. But when you sit down, you're like, I know I can do
I got this.
But this other person is like, you do it, you will fail. And when you fail, you'll be ashamed. And when you're ashamed, you start building overthinking about things. And
I think what is really hitting me right now in this conversation is that it is me. That's why it's called self-sabotaging. It is not called person sabotaging another person. No, it is self.
It's you.
Oh God, I need to change that. Or else I might end up at 15 being salty here over things that were just in my head, you know?
Yeah.
What causes self-sabotaging behavior?
There are so many things that causes it. But one major thing, or rather I would say two. One is self-esteem.
Can you believe I have self-esteem issues, guys? Like... What a rude way to find out I got self-esteem issues.
We all have those things that we are scared
of,
Yes. That we ourselves only know.
No, let me let you finish. I hope I'll still remember that point. But let's just finish. Let me not cut you off.
In psychology, there's something called Johari Window.
Okay.
It's divided into 4.
Okay.
So there are things that you know about yourself. And we also know.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We know Sharon is bubbly, she's, Then there's some things that we know about you that you don't know. You know those things that someone from the outside sees.
Can see, then they're like,
this guy got attitude. They're like, I don't have attitude.
I don't have an attitude. Why do you think I have an attitude?
But from the outside, there are those things we can see.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you're not aware.
Yeah, for sure.
That is why also when someone says something about you, it kind of affects you in some way because you go sit down and like, wait. They could be right.
Yeah.
And that's why it affects, so many people get affected with kind of comments people write online about them because it kind of hits them in a different way.
Very true.
You get the point? But then again, it's someone's opinion. They could be right. They could be wrong. You get the point? So you are the one to sit down and like analyze, wait, no, I will not waste my time on that. You get the point?
That's beneath me, yeah.
And then there are those things you know about yourself that nobody knows. You, Sharon, you're the only one who knows.
I'm friends with the monsters inside of my head.
Like, we don't know. Your friends don't know. Like, you're the only one who knows.
Oh, my God.
You get?
Yes, I do.
And now there's that part that nobody knows. Not even yourself.
Yeah.
That is when you keep on learning yourself each and every time. That's why I always say never. The person who said that was very brilliant.
Yeah.
Because when you say, I can never do this, you've not gotten yourself into that situation to know how you would react.
Yeah.
You get the point?
Yeah.
But when you get to that point, that's when you realize, I have maybe anger issues.
Yeah.
I have fear issues.
Yeah.
Or maybe my faith is not as strong as I thought.
Yeah.
Those are things you come to realize about yourself.
Yeah.
That is why when I talk about self-esteem, it's because there's some things about you that you don't know you're struggling with.
Yeah.
And that's why people are usually told, go see a therapist. Because through therapy sessions, you will uncover some things. That's why when you're home, you're like, what? And now the second one is things that happened in your childhood.
Okay.
Your childhood affects everything about your life as an adult.
Childhood trauma.
Yes. Those bring about self-sabotage. Those two major things. There are so many of them, but these two major things are the ones.
Oh my God. I'm in therapy right now. See, my eyes are even watering. Guys, this is a live therapy session for me, and I hope it is the same for you who's watching us, because she's just unveiled, like she's getting those skeletons out of the closet, like boom. So you mentioned something very important.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage is basically you knowing yourself. And I did a self-sabotage test. And
there are tests.
They are the test online.
Yeah.
And I'll put the link down in the description box for you to do so as well. And my result came in that I need to start being comfortable with part of people, with the side of me that people don't know, and my bad side.
Yes.
Like, I need to accept that and agree that that's me for me to move forward.
Yes.
And that slapped me harder than, I don't know.
And you know what? When you're able to accept that part of you,
you move forward.
You move forward. And my podcast is all about a better version of yourself.
Yes.
So for you to become a better version of yourself, you have to accept
everything.
I'm always anxious when someone raises their voice.
Yeah, yeah.
There is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You get the point?
Yes, I do.
Accept it. And you're aware of it. Becoming aware is also one major thing. Like, I'm sabotaging myself. I'm aware I'm doing this. How can I make it better? How can I go about it to become, to walk out of this phase that I'm in right now?
Yeah.
So yes, you have to embrace that side of you. There's nothing wrong with that. Embrace that side of you.
Where, if you're seeing me making faces and my head looks like it's somewhere else, it's because I'm deviating to my issues, okay? And that, my friend, is not good for this, okay?
Don't worry, I might.
We would definitely love to have you back here on a very different topic, because this is very insightful, I must say.
Thank you.
What are some, I don't know if I asked this, what are some self-sabotaging behaviors? I feel like one of them is talking yourself out of rooms that you actually have gained experience or deserve to be in.
Yes.
Like, I was listening to, I listen to podcasts. I don't read, guys. Like,
yes.
I try to read, but hey,
accept the fact that you cannot read.
By the way, this is part of it. I need to accept. It doesn't mean that I'm not sharp or I'm not bright.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I prefer to listen than read.
Yeah.
And it was talking about ladies who've done the most and have achieved such great things. Yeah. And one lady was saying that she had to stop talking herself out of rooms that she deserved to be in. Like, she's been a board member in really big multinationals. And I felt like, yeah, that's me most of the time. Like, I'll go somewhere and I'll see people who are, maybe better than me or whatever.
You feel like they are better than you.
Yeah, I feel like they're better than me. But I deserve to be there,
yes,
and I'm there for a particular reason and purpose. And I feel like that's just one of the behaviors of, self-sabotaging, talking yourself out of opportunities and things that you deserve.
Yeah, that is one of them. It's the same as negative self-talk.
Okay.
There are three major ones.
Self-talk. Okay.
Yes, there are three major ones.
Okay.
It's procrastination.
Present teacher.
Negative self-talk.
Present teacher.
And perfectionism.
Now that I have missed out on, because I don't like being a perfectionist. But I think I have.
But again, perfectionism, it's in the sense of, I need to write this thesis or, yes. Yeah. But then I feel like I haven't researched on it very well. Yeah. Or I don't think like I have the ability to write it well. Yeah. So it has to be perfect to be able to write. Yeah. You get the point?
Yes.
You're sabotaging yourself because you're not allowing... Yes. Now, you're not allowing yourself to make the mistakes.
Yeah.
And
so that you learn
from it, so that you're able to come back and now do it better.
You want to be perfect.
You want to be perfect. So with procrastination, I will do it. I will do it tomorrow. I will do it.
If procrastination had a face.
But apparently, we are so many people who have procrastination issues.
Yeah.
There is that forgetting.
Yeah.
Then there is that like
procrastination.
Planning things. Like this one I will do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like there's that real one. Yeah. But then there's that one I will do. I will. Yeah. I will. 1 month down, I will.
Not me. I'll do it tomorrow, the day after, but it cannot take a whole year for me to be doing it. Not me.
So those are the three major ones.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How do we overcome self-sabotaging behavior? That is our last question. How would we overcome that?
Okay, first of all, you have to understand what self-sabotaging is. Yeah. Because you have to understand what it is. Yeah. When you're able to understand what it is, then you have to identify these behaviors. Okay. Yeah. Like, is it negative self-talk?
Yeah. Is it procrastination?
Is it procrastination? Is it perfectionism?
Perfectionism.
Yeah. Is it something that it's affecting your childhood trauma that has affected you now? Like, for example, if your parents were not...
Every time you say childhood trauma, I'm like...
If your parents only got your attention when you made them angry.
Yeah.
You know, like when you've done something or you've hurt yourself, a child who would just go outside, ride a bike, skate or do something, and they hurt themselves, that is when they get the attention of their parents. They grow old. For example, they start working.
Yeah.
They keep on coming late at work. The first few months, the boss will sympathize. Yeah, because we always have an excuse and a reason.
Yeah.
But then, because it's a habit, it's a behavior, so you keep on coming late. Now it will get to the point where your boss gets angry, you'll be given warning letters, and the last thing is what? You're fired.
You're fired.
So you're sabotaging your own career or your own dream or your own through what happened in your childhood.
Yeah.
Because you've learned
you're used to getting a reaction.
The only way you know people will get your attention is when you make them angry. You get the point?
Yeah.
That is like, and then when you're in a relationship, you believe that when someone, you've gone through maybe a series of things in your childhood that you never got attention, you don't know how to be loved well, and then you get this person that loves you sincerely, they tell you I love you, and you're like, something is not right.
We've heard of this before.
Yes. So you're sabotaging your own relationship.
Hey.
So you find like you will, and because maybe you love this person too much, and you don't know how to express yourself, you will lock yourself. Before ruining it, maybe you're like, you stay away, don't talk to them for a while, and and then you come back, you keep on appearing and disappearing.
They're called what? This name, I'll remember that name.
You keep on appearing and disappearing. This other person doesn't even understand what is going on, but you have the fear of failing in this relationship. So you are avoiding the fights, you're avoiding the rude, or you might be the other person who is now looking for the fights. You're bringing them up because you're like, this relationship, this guy is just playing.
I always have to bring up something.
Yes. So you have to understand these behaviors. Once you've understood these behaviors and identified where they're coming from, like, the triggers of this.
The root of the issues.
So you identify the triggers of this. And if you're able to journal down, like anytime you're self-sabotaging yourself, when is that? Is it when you get an opportunity? Is it when you're in a relationship? Is it when you're working on a relationship with your friends? It doesn't have to be, You have to identify that when those behaviors crop up. After that, now you have to talk to yourself. I love having those moments. Me, myself, and I.
I do that a lot as well these days. It's important. I sit myself down and have a meeting with myself. Me, the self-sabotage other person. That other Sharon who just doesn't want me to prosper. We have intimate talks.
Yes.
Like, we're not doing this.
It's very important. And you have to affirm yourself. Affirmation is very, very important. Very important. I'm actually looking at the camera. Very important. You have to, even if it's 4 things that you tell yourself every day, but make it a routine. The way you brush your teeth, the way you apply oil on your body, let it be like that. It's very important because the more you do that, it's just like the way someone who goes to the gym workout, you might not see the results now, but with time,
you will.
Yeah, there is something that you're planting in yourself, and with time, it will blossom. And you're like, by the way, but you cannot. If you keep on having those self-negative talks, you're putting yourself down. It's like you're beating yourself. It's like that moment you want to. You shoot up and someone just hits your head and you're back down and you try.
The other Sharon just
Can you imagine how that
so shamelessly?
Can you imagine how exhausting that is?
It is very exhausting.
Yeah, and it will beat you beat yourself to it and you feel like you're worthless, and now the self-esteem issues coming, and now you don't feel like, even when someone tells you something about yourself, you don't believe it.
You second guess it.
Yes. And in the real sense, you can really, really do this thing.
You really know?
Yeah.
So what I'm getting is you really need to know your triggers and your traumas.
Yes.
And you need to seek therapy for you to also go through these things and just talk to a therapist and, discover things about you that you didn't know.
Yeah.
The other thing you're saying is affirmations are very, very important.
Yeah.
I will say this. I've been trying this affirmation thing. And listen, I'm a huge, I rally behind affirmations. But I'll tell you this, I struggle as well. Like right now, when she said affirmations, there's this thing on not YouTube, Instagram. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am that bitch. I'm gonna, anytime I say I am healthy, I'm like, okay, I am wealthy. Like that, and Sharon just knocks my head, like, boom, shut up. And that's very unfortunate. As we wrap this up, someone asked, how do you help with imposter syndrome? What is imposter syndrome, first of all, as we finish?
Well, with everybody, there is that, let me put it this way, there is that basic definition.
Definition, yeah.
But then with everybody, imposter syndrome kind of comes out
differently.
Yes. Okay. So most of the time with such situations, we usually say, see a therapist. Because most of the time, yes, you will work through the process yourself. But then with imposter syndrome, you also have self-sabotage.
Okay.
It crops up. Iko hapo tu mahali na kungojanga. And when you're trying to work through this process yourself, the self-sabotage will interfere with you trying to come out of this. But when you see a therapist, from a therapy, I will know you're self-sabotaging these sessions.
Yeah.
So I will help you navigate your way back.
Yeah.
You get? So that you don't run away from the sessions, because running away is self-sabotaging your process of growth.
Yeah.
You get the point?
Very true.
Yeah. So most of the time, there are things I usually say, see a therapist. There are things you can work on by yourself, but there are things you really need an extra
help, external help.
Yes.
Just now that our time is almost up, just to read a brief description of what self-sabotage is. Self-sabotage. What am I saying? Self-sabotage is
it's okay. We are coming from the light side.
Self-sabotage is when we actively or passively take steps to prevent ourselves from reaching our goals. Yes. And now I understand it's the same as self-sabotaging. Yeah. There's a very thin line.
Yeah.
This behavior can affect nearly every aspect of the life, be it relationship, career, personal goals, weight loss, and such things. So basically what our therapist is saying here is know your trauma. Yeah. Find out why find out your trigger. Get help, look for a therapist. Affirm, do affirmation. Don't be like me. By the way, Google affirmations, you will find a lot of things you can tell yourself every day.
And let me just say before we wrap it up, when you're doing self-affirmation, like when you're saying, I am wealthy, and then the other Sharon kind of, it's like, okay, I'm not wealthy now, but I am wealthy. Yeah. I'm putting it outside there.
I am wealthy.
I am wealthy.
I am rich. We're about to get successful in here, okay? So guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. We would definitely love to hear your thoughts and what you think about this video. Please do leave your comments down below in the comment section. And please don't forget to subscribe and show us some love. I will leave Anne's details on the description box. And I'm sure we're going to have her here again because sis needs therapy, okay? Until then, please be safe, sanitize your hands, wear a mask, take your vitamins, and do what you gotta do to stay alive.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.